find the domain and range given by this graph right here. It's a little bit of a upside down parabola, just cut off at the ends. Okay, so a couple things here. We notice it's a smooth curve, right? So every point in between here will be accounted for. We also see this closed circle on the bottom, okay, and this open circle here. Okay, remember, closed circle means that we do include this point in the domain and range. However, this one we cannot include in the domain and the range. Okay. Now let's see, domain, right? What does domain represent? Okay, domain represents all of the x values that are represented on the graph. Okay, so best thing to do is just sweep your pencil left to right. Okay, as you go left to right, what is the smallest x value that we reach? Okay, or the smallest x value that we hit? Okay, that's going to be this guy right here, right? So what I like to do is I like to just go on the x-axis, okay, and you notice every x value here is accounted for, right? This has some x value, this has some x value, and essentially where do we stop? We're going to stop right here. Okay? So if you take a look at this green line that I've drawn, okay, where have we gone from? We've gone from -3 up till 2. But notice this is a closed circle, this is an open circle, so we want to include that -3 in the domain. However, this 2, right, we cannot include in the domain, so we'll put a parentheses for that. Okay, so we'll use the same thing except for the range. Remember, that represents all of the y values represented on the graph. We just go bottom to top. Okay, so as you go bottom to top, what is the smallest y value that is represented on the graph? It's going to be this guy right here. And now, of course, I mean, if you want to just draw it from here, you can. Okay, I like to go straight up though on the y-axis. So this y value is accounted for, and as we go up, right, every y value here is accounted for. Okay? And essentially, where do we end? Well, this is the largest y value on the graph. Okay? Now notice, even though there's not a circle here, right, this point is on the graph. Okay. Also, even though this has an open circle on it, this 0 is accounted for, right? So we can include that. So basically what will our range be? Our range will be the smallest y value, -5, which we include. And everything in between, right? Everything in between, and the largest y value here will be 4, which we do also include. Okay, remember, don't be fooled because you don't see a circle here, right? Remember, the circles are more for the endpoints. Okay, and then you make them closed or open, right? This point is on the graph for sure, definitely. So we'll do our range like that. Everything in between -5 and 4 with brackets.